I am going to do my best to try to explain auto mobbing, just part of gang stalking. A lot of you are new to this channel and you've never heard of this before, so I'm going to try to explain it to you the best I can. Other targeted individuals that get this same sort of thing will just see this and they're, like, why are you explaining this? We already know. It's completely obvious. Actually, there's so many of them. That's nuts. What'd you do? In auto mobbing, what they will do is they will use, or not just in auto mobbing, in the overt skits that are carried out on a targeted individual throughout the day. They will use a relay type stalking. So they want you to see something similar throughout your path over and over and over, and you'll start to kind of focus in on those things. So I noticed this Chevy truck, and I was like, there's gonna be a bunch of Chevy trucks on the way, and these people are gonna be like driving weird, pulling in our lane, just doing a bunch of odd gang stalker type stuff. So I wanted to play this video. Now earlier today I cut my finger pretty bad. I broke a porcelain bowl. I think it's porcelain, some kind of ceramic bowl, and it just cut my finger pretty bad. Cut almost the tip of it off, and I was bleeding pretty bad. Needed some stitches, and I decided, I'm gonna take care of it. Go get some super glue, fix it, and go drop off the packages at the post office. But I decided it wasn't a good idea to drive, so I asked my daughter to drive. She doesn't have her license yet. She has a permit. She's practicing. So this is as we are leaving the post office, and it begins. So notice this red car pulled in backwards on the left. So here, check out the Chevy here, or the GMC, I'm sorry.
What's up, Rockstar?
Open the door up, he pulled in backwards as we
Already here.
Now, if I didn't have my camera on, they probably would have went down the aisle and aimed their car at me, like 100 times before.
Do a little documenting.
Check out my other videos if you don't believe me. Now, today was just the plethora of white and red vehicles that just basically lurk, but then they do something that is identifiable that will get you. They'll do something identifiable. I'm talking over myself. I sound like a talk show where there's like two hosts, or two people in an argument. They won't let each other talk. I'll just let this play.
Red truck. White truck. White truck. There's a red one coming right now too. This guy's kind of blocking him. Pull forward, Brad.
I don't know that.
There we go. There's our red truck right there. All right, so we can go ahead and go right. Go ahead and go right. Now this guy can stay in this lane.
It's almost like in the Truman Show. He says, they're on a loop. They're on a loop. What he means is just, they have standard operating procedures. They just do the stuff, they read it out of a book, they check out their app on their phone, and they just go to where the little dot is. My dog's upstairs barking at something right now. Probably somebody outside like stomping on the ground or something just to try to get me to get up and quit doing this video. But I'm not going to. I'm going to keep talking about these cars. Red truck.
And here's our Avondale PD.
So there's the first PD presence, and right as he goes by, this truck in front of us really hits their brakes. Not, to where they screech your tires or anything like that, but, if Brea was looking at that car, if she got distracted by that police car, and we just ran right into this truck right here, there'd be a police officer right there to witness it. Okay? All right. There's Chevy truck on your left there. Chevy Tahoe on the left again.
Real careful, Brad.
Another Chevy right there. Another Chevy right there. Red one. So I'll shut up about the Chevys. Just keep your idea vigilant.
Red cars right now.
Look at everything in these videos.
That means usually something's about to go down. it's safe, you can get your left lane. Just turn your blinker on and somebody will let you over. Or not. Okay, I think he's letting you over. And there's Avondale PD behind us right now also. Whoa, whoa, hey. So here, we're getting auto mobbed right now. This is called auto mobbing. And they're hoping...
Now you see this bumper right here in this car? For people that haven't watched any gang stalking videos, they constantly, now people get in wrecks and they don't fix their car, but they will have, you'll go through town, just in one trip across town, they'll have like 50 wrecked cars driving around you, swerving back and forth, like, you know, so you freak out, like, oh my God, they're gonna wreck into me, they don't care about their car, you just feel uneasy. And, you know, that's not too big of a deal. Well, it is if they're, you know, they're stalking you, and it's a big deal, but it's not something that really is going to, well, yeah, actually it will hurt you because they try to run into you. Never mind, I'll just shut up and let's go. Yeah, they've always got these wrecked cars around you. And my guess is a lot of them are wrecked because they're constantly gang stalking, and I think a lot of these people are just waiting to sue. They've figured out the system, they've got documents in place, ready to go, and as soon as you hit one of these people, they're going to be on it. So that's a big part of gang stalking. All right, back to the...
I lose my temper or something because there's Avondale PD behind me right now. My daughter's driving, so I'm trying to teach my daughter how to drive, and they've got street theater going on. Well, a 16-year-old is trying to learn how to drive, get her license. So if that's not some terrorism bullshit, I don't know what is. It's pretty cowardly.
If you couldn't hear me, I said, if that's not some terrorism bullshit, I don't know what is. Because this is domestic terrorism. This is terrorizing a family, you know? What the hell do we do? Could somebody let us know? Other than get set up for a crime and stand up for it and talk about organized stalking and harassment. What's up, buddy? Come here. Find a scorpion up there or something? Oh, he hears noises. Huh. Alright, well, who knows?
Very cowardly to put a 16-year-old through this.
I'll repeat myself again. This is very cowardly. No, you don't need to go out there right now, buddy. No. Nope, not right now. Probably not a good idea. This is very cowardly for somebody to do, for anyone to do, to just gang up on someone like this. For what reason? Like, what kind of information do these people get that would make them do this? A 16-year-old. I mean, she's the one driving, you know? And regardless, if she was just in the car, anyone's family.
So we've got the two red Dodge trucks in front of us. We have the pretty much the wave of...
Hold on. That was a nice car. What is that? Chevrolet. Is that what that says? I can't see. Oh man. I should know what that is. Anyway, sorry folks.
Red Dodge trucks.
That's one way for them to distract me because I like old cars.
In front of us, we have the pretty much the wave of white and red vehicles meet us as we leave the parking lot.
Not that every old car is a gang stalker for distraction. I have to always reiterate that. Actually, very few people on the road are gang stalkers. It just seems like everyone is when you're targeted, because everywhere you go, they just swarm around you like a swarm of bees that share a hive mind or something like that.
Office, just like you folks have seen in probably 20 of my other videos. Alright, so we got this guy peeling off. There we go, and the old parking along the sides too. You know, white's a common color, the most common color. Red is the least common color.
Yeah, red is the least common color. The building I just passed has a mural on the side of the snake in the circle eating its tail. Just, you know, making a note of that. Might have saw it on the way to the post office. Let's see, did we? No, we didn't do video on the way. But anyway, yeah. Google Earth it. Go on Google Earth. This is Western in Avondale. Go to the police department on Western, and then just go right across the street. Pretty much, they've got the snake in the circle eating its tail. There's a bunch of interesting murals down here.
Less than 5%. Let's go left, right. Blinker on. And all right, yeah, I mean, this guy's gonna peel off. Stop all the way. So if you
Now, one of the things, I'll let those red cars get in frame there. One of the things that they'll do is, you know, there'll be just normal traffic, but then they will have cars out driving with their app on that identifies where you're at, and they will just put them right in between the other traffic so you can never get out. And that happens, you know, I've driven all over the United States, and that happens, but not to this extent. Not even close. All right, let you keep watching the red car clown parade.
red cars, white cars. And I'll tell you when you're good. Don't worry about this guy behind us. I'll tell you when you're good on your right here. It's gonna take us a while. We just have to be patient because we've got a little auto modding going on.
Hey, free ad for the Suzuki guy.
Take as long as we need. Just there's Avondale PD or Goodyear. I'm not sure which one they are.
Seem to be kind of a lot of them right around us, right? Oh, that's
It's,
just two so far.
Just after 3 o'clock right now, so.
And the police department's right there, to be objective. Just kind of the timing and repetition of this happening is what makes me document
Yeah,
it.
we're just gonna have to be patient, honey. It's gonna take a while. Don't take off all fast or anything. We'll just sit here, be as patient as we need. It might take seriously 20 minutes, but that's all right.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever waited actually 20 minutes. Maybe. There? At this one?
Sorry, Willie, stop. You're not helping things.
I'll go ahead and say, no,
So after
I don't
this
know.
black Jeep
5.
right here, it should be clear if he doesn't take all day. All right, we're good. I'm just gonna turn into the lane.
And I just have to laugh about this stuff sometimes because what else can I do?
And then we'll just go to
Other than make these videos. Call congressmen,
Walgreens or
inspector generals, presidents.
Okay, I'm gonna cut this off. Let's see. Well, no, we've got Nonstop Burgundy.
Nonstop Burgundy. That sounds like a band that Ron Burgundy might be in. Or the name of his album. With Jazz Flute. I'm sorry. So earlier that truck, a lot of targeted individuals will talk about and I have too, we'll talk about the custom license plates where when you have a personal conversation in your house or whatever, something you have going on specifically that you've been thinking about lately that, you know, they'll they have a car pull in front of you and it has a license plate that, like I explained one time, we were leaving the house, dropped my daughter off at her friend Rainey's house, and as I'm pulling out of the neighborhood, this red, I think it was red, I can't remember, it was a while ago, check the videos, it's on the videos, pulls in front of us, and they're license plate says rainy. And this is a repetitious thing. This happens all of the time to make you feel uncomfortable about having conversations in your own home. Make you let you know that you are being surveilled 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that you do not have any kind of privacy at all. You're reminded of everything you do. You're given a narrative of your life pretty much through these skits and these LARPs, live action role players that take part in this. And there's got to be money behind it, because I really don't think, unless these people are like the so-called elite, and they have figured out how to get past working and are using the leverage of money to exist, then they're going to be bored. So they could do that, for free as a game for fun. But I really believe that a lot of these people have government contracts through like InfraGard, Citizen Corps, FBI secret surveillance group, different things like that. I'm sure there's different names that I don't know about, but those are the ones I do. And the HHS, Health and Human Services, I know is involved in gang stalking, and not all of them. So, well, those first groups I talked about, yeah, those are pretty much surveillance groups. They changed after 9/11. They changed to more gang stalking. People left InfraGard actually because they didn't. They said, no, that's unconstitutional. I'm not going to work for InfraGard if you're going to do these unconstitutional things. So, actually, one of the ladies that spoke out about the Las Vegas shootings, she quit InfraGard. She worked for them. She was on Crowdsource the Truth, actually. She quit InfraGard for that reason, because they're doing things like this. And this is terrorism. This is domestic terrorism. This is a psychological operation. And, this is going on when my daughter's driving now, okay? This is when it's getting serious. People should really pay attention to what I'm saying right now, because I'm not just talking about myself. I'm a military veteran. I was a firefighter. I'm a self-proclaimed kind of tough dude. Every now and then I can take it. And even though I shouldn't have to. But you know what? At 16, it's hard enough being a kid, going through high school, going through all this stuff, let alone having your dad targeted, gang stalked, and then them doing it to you. Make you resent your dad a little bit, maybe. Like, what'd you do, Dad? Why are these people doing this? Because I know she notices it. You can't not notice it when people are constantly trying to run into you, distract you, slam on the brakes in front of you. It's not just bad traffic. I lived all over California, driven all over California, I've driven all over the United States, everywhere. This is not bad driving. These are setups for accidents and targeting. Trying to get rid of you. Just like Russell Roberts stated to the police officer the day he went through his whole little thing with me. He said, that's the whole reason we're trying to get rid of him. And we're like, wait, why did I say that out loud? So I submitted that to the court. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep checking out these red and white car gang stalkers and Club Chevy or Team Chevy, whatever it is.
And it's some good footage. Thank you, folks. I think you're getting trolled right now.
It almost feels like they sent so many of them out today just so I could film, just so people go, wow, that is really
Actually, there's one right up here, so we can get in the right way.
not normal. Hey, Chevy's a popular truck. I drive one. A black one, actually. Older than this one. Mine's a 2006. My daughter calls it a grandpa truck. She's been calling it for a while. She just started calling it that. I get kind of a little nervous, but anyway. There's lots of Chevys in this. And notice there's a guy standing out in the middle of the road. Check him out. No, he was on a bike. My bad.
Team Chevy.
It said Team Chevy on the back of his truck. I'm just reading the sticker.
Chevy up there. Chevy.
White car, red car. It looks like, yeah. Huh. That's Ford. Might have been a Ford Lightning. Those things are pretty fast.
I'm not getting it. Not getting in there.
So these people will lurk. They'll make sure that they are in your line of sight, so they're not at every intersection. But when when you start to notice this, you're like, oh my God, they're freaking everywhere. But they're not. They're just around you. There are a lot of people that take part in this. It has gotten out of control, and I think that might be why it's so bad for some targets, because they've been targeted by multiple people, multiple places, multiple times, different groups and stuff like that. So they're getting it from every different direction. One group uses certain technology, weapons. One group does this auto mobbing. One group does the home break-ins and the gaslighting, moving things around in your home like the Stasi police did. One group does, just it goes on and on and on. Research targeted individuals. If you don't know what I'm talking about and that sounds interesting to you, just there's a lot to it. It's a good way to learn about compartmentalization, and a good way not to just say say, okay, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, all these different acronyms, and then different other groups are involved in this. But guess what? It's not every single one of them. It's compartmentalized. So there's people in the FBI, there's people in the CIA, there's people in the NSA, I think, that don't know about this entire, or the extent of the program. They only might know one little part, which is compartmentalization. So do your research, people. Check this out. You really need to, take an hour a night, research organized stalking and harassment, what's going on in your country, and then ask that, wait, did I vote for that? If you're not getting paid for it already. So here, I'll just tell you one thing real quick that I noticed. A lot of these gang stalkers have come to the conclusion that they get paid with gift cards, most likely through a company in, I think it's Clearwater, Florida, somewhere in Florida. The guy's name is William Patrick Cox, I believe. And that is a company operated under Lockheed Martin. And the theory is that those guys basically disseminate these gift cards out to the gang stalkers for payment. And then when you redeem a gift card, you don't need to show your ID. So it's basically a really good way for them to launder their money and get away with this. And one of the things I've noticed is I think the gang stalkers have already purchased everything you can buy with a gift card, because now they've put in machines in grocery stores where you can turn your gift cards in for cash. So I don't know. All the gift cards I've ever got, I was like, oh, that's cool. I got a gift card. I'm going to go use this thing. Get something I wouldn't get otherwise. But yeah, times are hard. I don't know. I just see a way for them to launder the money through that. And then just people can flip them right through the machine, get their cash. The machine makes a lot of money. That people that own that machine are probably going to target me something tomorrow. All right. I'll stop talking. Oh, man. I've been listening to Amazing Polly, and I already said this. I thought it was kind of interesting, but I already said I'll just stop talking now, because I just go on. I'll ramble because there's a lot of information. I started watching her show. She says, I'll stop talking now. And I just said it, and I was like, am I copying her? And I was like, no, I said that first. So I'll go ahead and stop talking now, and you can continue watching organized stalking and harassment, and otherwise known as auto mobbing. Well, auto mobbing is part of organized stalking and harassment. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Almost cut my finger off earlier.
Anywhere in your view, pretty much.
See how pretty much everywhere you look, there's like a red and white car paired up everywhere. And again, it doesn't hurt me physically or anything. It's pretty creepy. Pretty creepy. These people would just follow you everywhere. What are they told? Did they really freak out about my bloody finger video earlier? Cut myself on a cereal bowl? Is that the paranoid state of America? All of these people are so paranoid, yet they're the ones calling us paranoid because we're being followed around. It's completely backwards. These people are so paranoid, they think they need to
Go straight.
gang stalk people.
Like you're on. Go ahead, go.
So it's the paranoid calling the vigilant paranoid, basically. Chevy.
Yep, you're good.
That'll be another one. We go into the parking lot.
Chevy.
I already
Check it
knew
out.
it was, but
Oh, this one's a GMC. Team Chevy is out today. Yeah, you can just park right there.
now I notice Chevy trucks all the time because I have one. I like them. They're good trucks. I bought mine with like 14,000 miles, something like that. 12. I think it was 12. Anyway, it was not much at all. It's got a really good deal on it, and they have good body styles. So I noticed those, but I never see this many. So figured usually it's some kind of theme, like it'll be souped up cars or cars with really loud mufflers. There'll be some kind of theme. You know, they're all painted custom, and there'll be 50 of them you see throughout the day driving right next to you, you know, kind of swerving into your lane, stuff like that. And you're like, by the fifth one, you're going, oh, I know what today is. So, and I really don't care if I do sound crazy to anyone. You can go ahead and put that, you can type it in the comments if you would like. That's completely fine. But what I'm doing is documenting standard operating procedures that seems like these people are issued. You know, I've seen not these technical orders, but I've seen technical orders, and I've seen how repetitious they are, and it looks like people are on a loop when they're, you know, and that's fine when you're doing your job. You got to follow the technical order, but these orders are illegal. So here we go.
All right, so we got a Team Chevy in here waiting for me too. Let's go talk to him. Let's go see how the case going. Be right back, honey. Go do a little journalism, a little combat camera. What's up, Team Chevy?
All right, so notice the guy in the red shirt hopping into his Chevy. So it's a, you know, for whatever, if somebody's counting how many ever Chevys that was from the time I left the post office. And then notice how this guy's walking across the parking lot, and he's going to meet me at the entrance. So they have something when you're being gang stalked called same time entry and exit, and it's to where you can go. I can't remember the last time I've gone in a building without somebody meeting me at the door and acting all awkward, like, I'll get it, no, you get it, oh, I'll get it, you know, you get it. And they do it every single time you go somewhere. So imagine that'd be kind of like irritate you a little bit when you know that they're doing it on purpose. And all they're doing is walking in the door, but they walk in at the exact, so the first time I heard somebody say microaggressions, I thought they were the biggest idiot on the planet, and then I learned after being gang stalked what microaggressions are. This is it. This is part of what this is. So like I said, this guy walking in here doesn't bother me. I even talk to him. Here, watch. See how I've got the camera on, so he's like looking down.
You know if there's like a Chevy convention in town today? Because I've seen more Chevy trucks like this than
and he just like kept going. I was looking right at him.
You don't know? Okay.
Here, I'm sorry. I'll go back talking over myself again. All right. So you always, they just come piling in. There's always like a mob coming in when you're going in. This isn't a mob, but.
Hey, do you know if there's like a Chevy convention in town today? Because I've seen more Chevy trucks like this than like any time I've ever seen in my life in Avondale. You don't know? Okay. I'm just documenting. It's a trip. All right, so I'm going into Walgreens, folks.
So they know what I'm getting. You know, my phone's hacked. They can listen to my phone or however they listen, whatever technology. I'm not going to try to be the expert on that and say, this is how they do it. I just know they listen to me all the time. So they knew I was going to get some Superglue. So there's like really hardly anybody in this store. And then notice when I go into the aisle that I need to go into, there's always somebody just kind of chilling there. And they're just hanging out. They don't really look like they're shopping. They just look like they're standing there like fiddling with something and staring at it. And other targeted individuals will be like, yes, exactly, Mike. That's exactly what they do, man. And then other people that have never gone through this are going to be like, this guy's off his fucking rocker. But then those people, they're saying that. You almost should. You almost should, because this is so delusional. It sounds so delusional that you should just research it. You should research it. And the reason I think I just misspoke. The reason it sounds that way is because it is meant to be that way. They want to set you up in a position where they can say, oh, you're crazy. But really, like I've said before, these psychopathic narcissists that set up these events on targeted individuals and like live action role player, street theater skits are really insane. Like, they have got to be out of their freaking mind to be out doing this kind of stuff. Who would just be like, yeah, let's go try to distort somebody's reality. I think that'll be helpful to our country and our community. Our community. I heard somebody earlier, Paul actually said that word freaks me out. Yeah, it just sound like communism. But just you know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna keep going here.
How you doing, man? Can you tell me where the Superglue is?
Superglue's gonna be down. It's either gonna be 21 or 24.
Thank you.
Either one of them.
All right. That guy had a good radio voice.
He did. That guy could broadcast. He could do some broadcasting.
21 or 24.
He might have. Hey, there's that guy that met me at the door. He's getting some highlighters. And of course, the one I grab is crazy glue.
There we go.
That's one of the things that these people just repeat over and over and over and over.
I'm just doing a YouTube video if you're wondering why I'm filming.
He was looking at me like, dude, you suck, man. You got your camera on. I can't pull my skid on you. Ugh.
Instead of doing urgent care, go ahead and use this. And awesome.
All right.
For real, on the first one, I'm doing a little YouTube.
All right. Anybody notice something there? Just go ahead and put it in the comments. Other targeted individuals, put it in the comments what I just noticed that I'm not even going to talk about.
Video right now
All right,
on how you don't need to do go to emergency and use stitches.
I see. You just
Okay, yeah, here we go. I kind of started getting flustered while I was talking to this guy a little bit. I'm just going to fast forward through this part. And I said something I've said over and over and over. It's like when I worked at the insurance agency, you just have to repeat yourself. And then the people that are around you all the time get sick of hearing you say the same thing over and over. But the people you talk to, here I'll go back. People you talk to for the first time, it's the first time they're hearing that information. So for everybody that watches my videos all the time, sorry.
You gotta do
Hold up, someone's
yeah,
there.
no, it's right there. I was recording.
Yeah, so this guy's just standing behind me, and he looked right at my camera, and then he stuck those in front of the camera intentionally. Well, if I saw the guy again, he'd be like, "Hey man, check out your YouTube channel. What'd you say I was doing?" In my opinion, this guy's a gang stalker. Just look at him. Watch how he acts. See if this is like a genuine interaction with another person. I don't know.
I was doing a little video right now.
Oh shoot, I am
Yeah?
so sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
that number did it go through? Did you want to try another one?
Nah.
All right.
What's it for?
Well, it's just if it's on sale. That's how you get the sale price.
Oh, okay.
But
So in order to get discounts, you have to give them your personal information so they can sell your phone number, so somebody can call you about your car warranty being about expired that has another 50,000 miles on it.
regular price is bringing it $4.34. It's gonna take your chip right down at the bottom. So how did that one happen?
Just a bowl. Broke a bowl. I was eating some breakfast and it broke. Actually, it cracked, and I was like, did it break? I don't think it broke.
All right, I think I already went through all this. Should I be fast forwarding this part? I'm just telling this guy about stalking, harassment, all that stuff. Trying to fold up my receipt. My finger isn't glued yet.
No, I'll give one to everybody. Yeah, it's
Oh, it's okay. I told him I'd give him a card.
Don't apologize. This is a cool guy right here. Check.
Hold on. I'm gonna back up here. Dude. Exit for us. See, he's got his phone. He's got his phone in his pocket, aiming at me. And then the guy that was meeting me at the door is right behind him. That was in the. Here, let's. All right. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Sorry, you know, as long as I'm getting stalked, I'm gonna have fun with this, right?
Bring your card in. I have a website. You guys can check it out. I'll give one to everybody. Yeah, it's
I apologize for.
No, don't apologize. This is a cool guy right here. Check him out.
Hey, how you doing?
He's ready to party. Look at him. All right, I'll be right back with those cards.
So one of the things that definitely happens in organized stalking and harassment is they will try to will you. They will try to give you little hints and cues without you knowing it. If you're, like, say you're having a rough day, like, you know, I almost cut my damn finger off today. You know, you get a little down about things when you're being gang stalked by a bunch of people, and a lot of people will self-medicate. So, you know, I like to drink beer, but you know, I've got stuff to do right now, and you know, it's a Friday night. It'd be great to go out and have a beer, go somewhere, hang out with somebody. But I've got work to do, and I'm gonna do this video. Got to get that done. So, but they'll have people that will literally just go in front of you nonstop, just buying gobs of alcohol, or mentioning like, "Oh man, I'm going to the club tonight. You should go to the club." And I'm like, "I don't even know you. Why are you telling me to go to the club? That's the last place I need to go." You know, like the comedy club. Yeah, I go to the comedy club. I can sit down and listen to some comedy, but I'm not going to the club and, you know, popping bottles. That's not me. Did that like one time with my cousin. And that's yeah, where were we? San Francisco, giant club, popping bottles. That was fine. I'd rather drink a Pabst Blue Ribbon with Amazing Polly. I keep talking about that girl. I think I got a little thing for her.
All right. Getting crazy glue around crazy people. So. Sorry. Hey, will you hand me a couple of my business cards in the center console there? Superglue. All right. Thanks. Trade you. I'll be right back. All right. We'll head back into Walgreens. Let's get my, let's see. So I get this thing taken care of. Got my super glue.
Oh yeah, warning, graphic.
Because not enough people call me a redneck on YouTube, so I thought I'd help that along. All right, there we go. Here you go, buddy.
Awesome.
It's Barden.us, and yeah, there's all kinds of interesting stuff on there.
It's got your YouTube channel on here as well?
Yeah. Well, if you go to the website, all of the YouTube channels, all the social media, is on there. So 2 YouTube channels, bunch
Oh,
of
right
social
there.
media.
Is it the Barden report?
Yeah, so it's just go to Barden.us.
Barden.us.
And then everything's there, links. Just
All right,
click
cool.
on it. Yep.
Definitely.
Have a good day.
Let me check it out.
Here, I'll.
I can't I can't tell if that was a coincidence or a gang stalker. You know, not everyone's a gang stalker. He seemed like a pretty friendly guy. He doesn't seem like too much of a narcissist. Look, this girl, she's got her eye on me here. Is she checking me out, or is she just like checking to see if that's me? I don't know.
We're here for you guys. There you go.
Check it out.
All right.
I'm a YouTube watcher.
Awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, if you.
He's a YouTube watcher. God, so many double entendres. You never know what they mean. Who knows? Just listen and keep going. Well, geez.
Any interviews with people
Sorry
who's
about the
worked
up
for
my
CIA,
nose.
stuff like that? Guy that coined the term deep state.
Yeah, you guys have heard me say this shit over and over and over. But
It was-
I got to tell these people this stuff because then you're like, whoa, wait, CIA, deep state? You did an interview? Okay, I'm going to check that out, you know? All right, red car. All right, let's see, what am I doing here?
All right, so sorry about the bad camera work here. I'm just kind of. I was trying to make eye contact with that guy, and it's weird. Actually, it's weird talking to somebody and just like aiming your phone at him like that. I guess I'll just have to get used to that more. But I don't know. You kind of get more of a genuine reaction from people when you're
God,
not
I look
aiming
like
your phone
Yoda.
at them. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's go home and see how this works.
Dude, Arizona's dry. I need some lotion. I'm probably ashy too. Actually, I'm not. I just checked. Not too bad. Hydrated.
Oh man, I'm gonna.
I should probably turn the volume down while this song is on, shouldn't I? Alright. So I guess I should narrate. So, oh, here we go. I'm just going to let this play. You know, really, this is for documentation. But I would get so bored if I just had to sit here and watch the video play. And so would you guys. It'd be ridiculous if I didn't narrate it. You know, this is documentation. This is I'm doing this because I have to. But if I'm going to be forced into doing something, I'm going to have a good time doing it. I haven't had a good time over the last couple of years, but now I know. Now that I know what's going on, I'm going to create my own mood. You know, no matter what's going on, no matter what happens. Let's see. Have I turned the radio down yet? Yep. All right. So I don't think all these people are here gang stalkers. Not in the least. I'm just filming around the area. So just because I aim a camera in a certain direction doesn't mean like, oh, those people are gang stalkers. It's just the repetition, the patterns that you know that you kind of deal with that they use to sensitize you.
You guys probably like, if you look back there, you guys probably like making faces at him and some shit.
See the intersection? By the way, that KFC that I just passed, no one's ever been rude to me in there. Not one time. And I hadn't had KFC in a long time, and I started going in there, and I was like, God, this stuff is amazing. How have I not been going here for? But it's probably good, because I know it's not good for me. But every once in a while, man, I will tear up some KFC.
And is the freeway shut down or something? I've never seen this much traffic at like 3 o'clock.
Seriously.
Team Chevy.
Oh, Friday, everybody got off early. Everybody was like, it's Friday, I'm out of here. All right, that makes sense. So you just talk it out, and then some things kind of start to make sense.
I'm gonna turn this down.
Some things, not all of it. Like, here we go, look at red, white car. That car looked like he was gonna like pull out at us.
Like, give me a straight for using somebody's.
I mean, this is a nice little town I live in. This is my favorite place I've ever lived, minus this nonsense. So beautiful out here, the mountains. Get up in the morning, see the mountain range. The weather's usually pretty amazing. It's actually not even that hot right now. It's not too expensive yet. The price has gone up in like the last 4 years since I've lived here. But, could be another reason I'm getting gang stalked. A lot of people will gang stalk people for real estate. Real estate is not all of them again, but there are real estate agencies that are into gang stalking, and they'll pay people to. If there's a property, like I guarantee, there's a bunch of people. After I've put this video on YouTube of this house, the inside of it, how freaking huge this house is. It's 3,050 square feet. I can guarantee you, there's probably like 100 people in California that have seen these videos, and they're like, I want that house. We could sell our house here for like $2 million, move to that house, and then have like $1.7 million. So that could be a reason too. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's a possibility because that happens, and I've heard multiple stories about that, and I had a real big issue with the guy that sold my house for me in California. But I digress. We'll stick to the traffic here. So. So they call this mobbing, and they do the same kind of thing in the grocery store. It's to have a presence, to get you to react, to get you to complain to the police, and then gives them an opportunity to say, "Are you crazy? People don't follow you. That's impossible." Unless you find the website that says that happens here in the United States. You show them, they're like, "Oh, how do you know it's you?" I'm like, "Well, who are they following?" And why? Does it have something to do with maybe being an independent journalist? Or talking about what I wanted to talk about when I was an actual Air Force journalist? On my free time, on my own social media, you know, about Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. And police car, is that 3 or 4? I don't know. Is that 3 or 4? I lost count.
Sorry, I thought we were going faster than we were. My bad.
Type in the comments how many
You were doing fine.
police cruisers that was on this trip, if you're paying attention. Alright, I'm going to fast forward through this a little bit. Oh, here we go, yeah. Now, oh yeah, check this lady out. I'm glad I slowed this down. So a lot of times they'll signal to you and they'll be like, "Hey, if you don't quit talking, we're going to break your legs. You're going to look like this lady." She has had those casts on there for a couple years. I've seen her. Okay. Hold on, I need to pause this. I'm going to pause this and go back. How long, if you have casts on your legs, and because I don't want to, I don't want to misjudge this lady here and be like, "This is bullshit. There's no way she could have cast on those legs for like 4 years." I've seen her. Oh, if this is not her, this is a different lady with similar casts, very similar. But I've ridden my bike around this neighborhood, through the golf course, all over the place, through the neighborhood, and so many times I would be coming through the neighborhood or driving through the neighborhood and see this person with these broken legs here, and I'm like, man, they sure are out a lot with those broken legs. How long do those take to heal? So just things to think about, and knowing that in organized stalking and harassment, you're given threats. And I'm talking about a lot of people right now that I'm talking about some people that are murderers, pretty much murderers, child traffickers, corrupt government officials, deep state operatives, corrupt compartmentalized CIA, FBI, stuff like that. So you don't think those guys might have a budget to pay for some kind of psyop to tell some guy to shut up? Think about it. Do some research. Just think about it on your own. Call me crazy all you want, and then look at my history.
He thinks we're going to the park.
I don't remember the signaling I was talking about. A lot of times they'll, so there's been red cars going all through town, the way, and now watch this. See this? See these cars? How long?
Hey.
How long was this bus sitting here? Now, some of you people, if you already haven't checked out from some of the other stuff that I've said, this might be one of the parts where you check out, where you go, "Come on, a school bus driver's involved in this. Really? Yeah, how hard would it be? Hey, school bus driver, we'll give you a $100 gift certificate for Best Buy if you just sit your bus at the corner on your stop and wait for this black SUV to come by. He's on his way. Stop at the corner and just make him wait. Just make him, we pissed him off all the way through town doing all this stuff, trying to run into his daughter. Let's see if he just runs the stop sign. Just make him wait forever. And if not, we've made him wait. And that's the millionth time pretty much that's happened. So we've stolen years off of his life just in this nonsense. Just check it out. How long was this bus sitting here? They're not just pulling up.
So you gotta stop when this bus has the lights.
Are they? Were they just pulling up? All right, lady with the door open with red shirt, red car,
Red car.
and red car on the other side of the bus. Yeah, that guy is sitting in the back of a Chevy truck. That's legal here. You can do that. One of the things I liked about it here. Not safe, but, you know, hey, you can do it if you want.
Somebody forgot how to get off the bus. Does this seem curiously long to anyone? Is she updating her Facebook before?
He, she, whoever. Red car at the intersection. I'm just gonna fast forward through here. I'm not driving this fast in front of school, folks. This is fast forward. I got the work truck coming out of the neighborhood. A lot of times they'll park work trucks in front of my house, and they will just leave exactly at the moment when I'm pulling up to my house. So it's like somebody went in. Like one time I had here, I'll just pause this. One time I got home and there was it was Ben Franklin Plumbing. It was sitting out in front of my house, motor running, lights on, directly in front of my house. I thought, that's odd, seeing that this has happened over and over and over again. I went in to use the bathroom, went to flush the toilet, handle broke off. Like somebody had just twisted off and just set it back on there, so the handle breaks off. I went, oh, okay, well that one doesn't work. I'm gonna go upstairs and use that one. Go to use that one. I flush the toilet before I start sometimes, you know, just flush it first. If you're trying to figure out what the heck I'm talking about. So anyway, I go up to the one upstairs, go to use that one. And the thing that connects it on the inside, I go to flush that, and it's not connected. I open up the toilet, and that's been literally cut in half. I go out, I start filming the guy in the Ben Franklin plumbing van, and as I walk up to him to talk to him, he just drives away. So maybe that was one of the biggest coincidences in the world, that there happened to be a plumbing van sitting in front of my house with its lights on and the motor running after I'd been out for a couple hours. I get home, both of my toilets are broken, and I go out to talk to the guy in the van. I could have been asking him, hey, can you come fix my toilets? You know, but I go walking out to him, and he just drives off. Kind of quick. So they like to have work trucks. After stuff like that, they like to, even if the people aren't getting into your house, they like to make you think that somebody was in your house, because, you know, you don't want somebody in your fucking house. That's called breaking and entering. But, you know, if they've got the neighbors all around that are complacent in this, they're not going to say anything. Just let them walk right in. Probably got an extra key. I know my ex-wife still has one at this house. I can't afford to change all the locks. You can probably come in here anytime she wants. Probably got our name on a bill still. They find a way to make this, you know, to just do this. All right, so here we go. This video is just about done, but I just wanted to show you the next door neighbors. You know, yeah, isn't this a beautiful neighborhood? This is the nicest neighborhood I've ever lived in. I rented this house super cheap. The market fell out. The bubble burst. You know, they overbuilt out here. I rented this 3,050 square foot house for like $1,200 a month. So no, folks, I'm not rich, not even close. I'm in debt. Don't even know how much longer I'll be able to live here. I've been very lucky to live in this size of a house for my business, other than the fact that I've been gang stalked in this neighborhood to the point of losing the business. So, you know, I'd rather have a small house out in the middle of nowhere and have a few good neighbors that don't do crap like this. So anyway, there's the work truck pulling out of the neighborhood. They probably get word that, you know, hey, he's filming, so go ahead and leave early, just so you see him, or he sees you, and then you don't get caught pulling away from his house and make it look obvious. I'm telling you, these people are so connected. They communicate so well. It's impressive what they do. It's just shitty. It's illegal. So fast forward here. A lot of times somebody will meet me at this, most of the time. I can't believe how much they were out today while I was filming. I couldn't believe it. Usually if I turn the camera on, they just kind of go away. And it's real subtle. I can't really point out a lot. Today was... I really think it had to do with that video I made about... I said warning blood, and I was talking about my, my finger, and they're like, oh my God, he's going to do something. He's going to act out. He's dangerous. Notice all the red cars. I've never seen that car there. Don't think I've seen that car there with the dent in the bumper. Remember what I was talking about earlier with all the beat up cars. Let's see. Did we go by the other one here? Yeah. Look at this one. It's always sitting there, just crashed. Crashed car just sitting there. Yeah. Next one. Red car. Red car. Let's see. Crashed car. Red car. Crashed car. Red car. Here we go. Now this guy has a red car also. He usually parks in the driveway. There it is. And these folks, there you go, they're red and white car. Now come on. Again, hey, what's the big deal, right? They're not hurt, they're just driving all these cars around. But that's just a very, very, very small part of it. And knowing that somebody is following you around, like say you're just, say you've never gone through this, you've never heard about this before. Imagine being in the grocery store. Just go get your groceries and somebody walks behind you the whole time you're in the grocery store. Just think of that feeling and multiply that times about 1 million. Alright everybody, this video is ridiculously long. I'll just go ahead and do the other... I did a video about fixing my finger here, like a how-to. Actually, it's not a how-to because I recommended that people shouldn't use Superglue to fix their finger. You know, if they almost cut the tip of it off, but... yeah, I could at least show people that I did it. Everybody have a good night.